Tokyo 2025 World Championships, 200 meters for the men. I think in general, we can probably look at this as a three-man race. Now, we do have some other guys, in my opinion, who are in the conversation. Some guys who could spoil. I know Jamaican fans are going to be going crazy for a certain athlete who's been tearing it up this year. But overall, I think the majority of people can probably agree we're looking at some combination of Letsile, of Kenny, and Noah Lyles. Those are probably the top three, considering what we saw at the Olympics last year. Letsile winning gold, Kenny silver, Noah the bronze. The past three world championships with Noah winning the golds, Kenny getting silver a whole bunch of times. So overall, I think we can agree that those three are the top guys. But I don't know. Anson, what do you think? Do you think that's a solid three? Do you think that out of those three, there's a clearer favorite? Or I don't know. Is there some spoilers we can look at?
I traded grass for gold. What's so funny? I find that
I,
disrespectful to
where,
I feel
Canada.
where
like you
where's on
practiced that before you said it because I was waiting for you to
Jerome
crack.
Blake for gold.
Jerome
Jerome
Blake
Blake
could
for
make a
gold.
final,
I'm gonna
maybe.
tell you where Jerome Blake. He's okay. He's
I'm
He's
he's
run 19 on
I'm
it this
testing the
year.
water right now as far as you guys disrespect towards Canada.
no. It's not
Trying to see
about
if I'm going to
Canada.
finish
I
this
mean, hey,
discussion or not.
I'm rooting for Jerome
I don't know
Blake,
if I want to finish the discussion anymore because of the
but
disrespect.
I
All
mean, he's
respect.
16th in the world right now
He's
on the
good. He's good.
leaderboards.
Okay, no, the top three. I think the top three is pretty clear. Um, so where it gets fun is how the top three
Yeah. Do we see like how does
finish.
that kind of unfold?
You know what I wanted to say about that top three real quick is that it's a tough decision, but if any of them decided to just focus on the 200, they guarantee themselves a gold medal. Say no was
Interesting.
like, I don't want to run the 100. He can't do that. But say he was to say that he's got the gold medalist in the 200 easily. If Kenny decided to do that, he's the gold medalist. If Letsile decided to do that, he's a
Mm.
gold medalist. And it's a tough it's a tough decision to pull out of that 100 though. That's the race, man. That's
Yeah,
the
none of them are
race.
pulling out. None of them are pulling out.
Yeah, but if you're being logical, out of those three in the 100, uh, well, Noah clearly is in contention for the win because he's won. He's proven it. Kenny has shown that he can get in the 9-7 range, so it's a tougher decision for him to pull out because this could be the one when he ran 9-7, right? But him and Letsile, if they made that decision to just focus on the two, then they're guaranteed to
Is
get
it
that gold.
is it that guaranteed? Because so I know people have looked and said, okay, after like specifically Noah, he's never run his fastest after, the 100. But in Budapest in 2023, he ran 19 point, I think it was 5.2 after the 100. Like that's not like only a few people in history have run faster than that. Even Letsile has only run faster than that once. Like that's not a slouch time, and to do it after a double, that's not Usain Bolt level, of course, but like that's like really good. That's really good.
Yeah, but I think after a double, both of those guys well, Letsile and Kenny would run faster than their PRs thus far
Yeah.
in that 200 because Letsile ran his PR in
Yeah.
Paris
In
last season,
Paris
right?
after the double, that's true.
Right. So I think he could have ran faster. I mean,
That's fair.
there's nothing data wise that would make me think that all those hundreds helped him to run faster in that 200 final. I just don't.
But do you
I
have
think a lot
data
of
that
those
it's
guys
hurting them as well? I
only
feel like
from only from experience. I mean, I ain't never been at that level. I just know after multiple rounds of sprints, it's you're holding on. You're
Yeah.
holding on.
I feel like
Even
to some
guys that have
degree.
done it have said it.
It's
They've said
true.
it that after multiple rounds of the 100 and then going into those multiple rounds, it's there's you're it's all guts. I've spoken to a
Mm,
bunch of people about that. Whether it's
it's true.
Andre, whether it's Aaron, whether it's Obadeli Thompson, whether it's Adol Bolden, whether it's like there that's your legs are gone. So,
I mean,
but
that
who's
might
gonna
be
pull out
true.
of the 100?
Yeah, I mean
No
that
one's
might be
pulling out.
true emotionally, but I mean physically, I mean the clocks come back and tell us that, because I think there are different types of sprinters. Some people wear down, but like they hold on, and then you have those who they're fast till they're not. You see what I'm saying? Like they just kind of like hit a wall. So it's like their body might be, holding on. I mean, I mean, all that being said, all of them are doubling.
I know.
Yeah.
They're all doubling. So with that in mind, if they're a clear favorite, this I don't have any shame at all about. It's clearly Noah Lyles because he beat all of them.
Yeah.
And
That was going to be my question.
he's
Like, do
he's
we
a world
think,
leader and he beat the guys.
yeah, do we think
And they were supposed to
Letsile or
win.
Kenny is going to actually beat Noah Lyles? Because do we actually think that's going to happen?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't see it.
I think that Kenny has the better shot this season. Let's see,
Mm.
does let's see look the same to you guys this season as last
Mm,
season?
not
I think
necessarily.
that I think that he okay, he dealt with a lot last season when his mom
Yeah.
passed and you know, getting through that. But I do think that that had a huge effect on how well he performed last year.
Mm.
And mind you, his mom's always going to be in his heart. But I just think that the intensity of how it how it contributed to his performance isn't going to be the same. It's going to be more so just him this year. And I don't know if we're going to see that same guy at the championships this year. He's going to be in contention. He's going to be competitive. He's going to be a medal threat. But I don't know if he's going to be the same guy. And that's something that's out of his control. Kenny, on the other hand, I think more so than ever is one thing I've gotten from Kenny in communication with him and communication with people about him is that he's got a chip on his shoulder that he's not recognized as one of the guys.
Mm.
And that chip gets even bigger when you're actually getting faster. So I'm just getting faster and I'm still not in the conversation. What's seriously like, what is this? I think that's at an all-time high right now, and he has the most to prove right now. And obviously after what happened at USA's with the stare down and everything, the two, he's got some fire, right? And we're gonna see if that's gonna play into his into a better performance or worse performance because there's a lot of people that think that when Noah did that stare down at Area Knighton and pointed at him in that 200 that he ended his career in that one moment. So if you really look at it, I'm sure a lot of things have happened in Aria's career, but just off of what has happened, he hasn't been the same since that race. He hasn't. So it can also make you try too hard sometimes, or it can change the way you think. And I'm not saying that happened to Arian. All I'm saying is that we don't know if that's going to have a positive effect on Kenny or a negative effect.
I,
So
I mean, I don't mean the only way I know how to respond to it is I think it's of no impact because he wasn't going to win anyway. Like, and
I thought he was going to win, man.
I know. I'm saying like at this point going forward, because the way I see it, Noah Lyles is the best 200-meter runner that we have on the men's side in the world and has been for a while. 2021 with a blip on the radar. I think a bunch of things affected him. He just didn't perform well, but he wasn't this Noah Lyles yet. He wasn't. He was emerging. He had just won a world championship. Then they had a season with no championship, like his 200 world from 2019, which that was the first one, and that was still when we were kind of like in what I call the down zone, like kind of like that zone where we had just lost Usain in the sport, and we were kind of figuring out what's next. And remember, Ramil Guliev was winning 200 at one point,
Right.
we were coming from there. No shade to him, but I said what I said. Like
Shade. Definitely
that's where we
shade.
were.
Definitely shade.
That's where we were. Like
Yep.
it counts, but I mean, again, I mean, I'll leave it there. So now, I think it's been so consistent that Noah's the best 200-meter runner in the world. It's just that this year it felt like if y'all ever had a chance to get him, this was the time. And remember, the movie for the 100 and movie for the 200 for Noah ain't the same movie. In the 200, that one is
Yeah.
just, he is who you remember the quote from Dennis Green, they are who we thought they were? I think what Dennis
Yeah.
Green he
Mm.
said, like, they are who we thought they were. Guess what? He is who we thought he is. Because he goes, because Letsile was again, it was crazy. Letsile is the world leader. And he's like, oh, I'm going to open my season against you. Beats them
Yeah, it's
and run them
crazy.
down. And then it's like, oh, Kenny just came off the like, all this Grand Slam success, swept the whole thing, just running all over everybody. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna run the
Yeah, it's
USA's, and I'm gonna run it not because I have to, but because I want to, and I'm gonna
Yo,
beat you anyway.
we gotta give Noah some credit, because in
yeah.
every race that he's been in, he's gone against all the hitters, all the people that people think can beat him. He didn't win all the time in the 100, but he still went, and
Hmm.
he got a feel for them. If I was really serious about winning, right, I'd want to know what people are bringing. So, oh, that's one of the guys. Okay, I want to race him. Oh, that's another guy. I want to race him. And you can see, especially the 200, he doesn't even look sharp. All he's doing
Yeah,
is just, it's like
It's
he'll,
true.
he'll, 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 you know what I'm saying? He'll plot on them around the corner and then he'll tap into them and then he'll just do more and he'll leave them. In the 100, I think it's a similar kind of thing where he'll get a sense of what they can do. And in his best races, that's exactly what it seems like. What he's doing is that he'll keep you in reach, tap into what you have, and then do more. And then he'll get by you. That's the,
Yeah.
this guy is just he's I never really I study him a little bit more in a different way now, and I'm seeing this. It's like this guy is he's not shying away from people. And I,
Hmm.
I I'd given him flack in the past for only running one time in the league last year. Yeah, he may have had his reasons, but what I'm seeing now is, oh, they're there, well, I'm going there. Oh, they're there,
yeah,
well, I'm going there. And I can't say that I see that
yeah.
from many other people. So
No.
in the 200, he's just tapping into those guys and just leaving them. He doesn't even
I,
look sharp, man.
I have an interesting question to throw to everybody then, from what you just said, because we agree, we're so far we're all in agreement that Noah Lyles is technically the best 200-meter runner in the world, and even this year he looks like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he has
Mhm.
the world leading spot. He beat the guys who are supposed to be the guys. He's undefeated, am I right, in the 200? So yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
he that's
Yeah.
fair. What would it take to win this 200? Like, can we do on the board? Let's say what do we think it's going to actually take in terms of just, from a time perspective to win this one? Because I think that's the only way I can see someone beating him is if we can first figure out what's the target and then, okay, do we think Kenny can hit that target? Because I do want to like at least have that side of it of like, could Kenny win? But like not just Kenny. If I say Kenny versus no, I'm taking no every time. So I got to have another way to
Yeah.
get to the. I have to find my way to that point coming from a different angle.
What's
In
Kenny's season best?
1967, I think.
Yeah,
That's this
1967.
season.
Because
Yeah,
that's the
that's this
loss to
season.
Noah at
Yeah, his
USA.
personal best is like 19.5 something from last year. I think five
Okay.
seven.
And he
But
ran a
Okay.
windy 19.4 years ago.
yeah, from back in the day. But in my opinion,
Okay.
for this year, like in the 200, for someone to take down Noah, I actually don't even care about the time because Noah is fat. Noah is faster than all of them. Like he's proven. Not only has he proven he can run faster with his 19.31, he's run 19.4 a couple times. So like he's proven time wise. I think it will take Noah truly making a mistake for someone to beat him out. That's the only way I actually see it. Like whether that is last year, of course he got COVID, or 2021 he was dealing with mental health issues and all these things. Like it'll take something like that for someone to actually take him down in this race. Because if someone runs, let's say Letsile runs 19.41, Noah is going to figure out a way to run 19.40. If Kenny runs
Right.
19.39, Noah's going to figure out a way to run 19.38 or
That's what
37.
I'm saying, man.
Like he just controls in the 200 for me, Noah is the guy. He controls a race in a way that like other athletes, I'll be completely honest. Outside of Usain Bolt, I think Noah has a way of controlling the race that no other athlete in at least recent history, even to me, better than to a degree, better than Michael Johnson. I think Noah has been able to assert his dominance in the 200. I just can't. I think he has to make a mistake for someone to win gold in Tokyo.
You know how you can beat him? You can beat him. You can beat him in the semis. By that I mean, if you make sure to get ahead of him to the line in the semis, you'll mess up his lane draw. Now, if he's lane four or less, or five or less, you got a shot. You got a shot if he's in lane four or three somehow. And if you get that second qualifying position, you get a second qualifying lane. And I've worked this out already. You could end up in five or less. The preferred lanes are six, six, no, five, six, seven, six, seven, six, seven, five.
Something like that, yeah.
Now, if he ends up in one of those second not non-preferred lanes, then you got a shot because a lot of his faster performances are in those outside lanes.
It's true, but even well, yeah, I probably do agree. If he's on
I
the
like, have we
inside,
ever seen him? Have we ever seen him win from being inside or from being in an inside lane in a big race? We haven't.
the
Because he's
closest,
just
It
always
was
been
Tokyo. He
faster.
ended up
Like even
coming in
at
third.
USA,
Exactly.
he
yeah,
was faster in the heats. Like in the qualifier to the final, he was the fastest qualifier to that
yeah,
final.
he's always
So
Right.
gonna
like
be.
he didn't just win the race. Like he was better in the last round.
Yeah,
Right.
I was only gonna say in 2019 he was. I just looked it up. He was in lane five at the World Champs there, and if you remember, he was actually pretty far behind. He was like fourth coming off the curve or something.
And then just
But
pulled away. Yeah.
like Noah knows how to, and
Yeah.
it's like his composure down the home straight, where you can look at Letsile trying to lean a little bit too early. Noah is solely focused, and even with the race with Kenny at USA, is like he knows, like it's almost like he knows his body well enough where okay, I'm like right next to him, and I know he's not going to be able to do anything, so I'm going to turn around and look at him while we have 2 meters left or 3 meters left. Like he knows how much to assert to make sure that he can win a race. It's just it's hard for me to see. It can happen. Kenny B, let's see that they can win, but I just can't.
They'd
I don't
have
know.
to, but Kenny showed us the cards already, and that's why the stare down. It's not just a stare down. We have to remember that the stare down came after having a clear lead and getting ran down.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why. See, that's the
It
other
was very
half.
clear. It was
It was
very
It's
clear.
like
like
because it
very
was a gap.
Yeah.
Like it was
yeah.
like 'cause again, I remember being at 110, 120, and I'm like, Kenny might hold on and get this one. And then about 150, I'm like, oh man, he's coming. And then he gets to the line, and we're like, oh, what just happened? Like, what did we just witness?
But
Like the
No,
whole
he's
like
used
the
to it.
script unfolding.
Yeah.
And I think Kenny knew he was coming to some degree, and he was like, okay, it's like you get to this point where you're trying to get to the line and like trying to see if you can bring it closer to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the race unravels for essentially everyone else in the world. I mean, I'm looking at the rest of the leaderboards and I'm like, okay, are there any? Okay, let's talk about, well, I guess at this point, like if there ever was the only medal that's up for grabs might be bronze, meaning somebody messed up, more or less, right? And you're trying to be that guy who sneaks in there. I mean, Bryan Levell on
Yes.
talent could get it
Well, yeah, based off the clock, yeah.
because he
But
ran, yeah, he ran
where do you
fast.
run that 19.6?
In Hungary,
Yeah,
Continental Tour in
Right.
Hungary.
it was a
Right.
negative point four. Win factors don't mean as much to me on 200s, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. What lane did Noah have in Doha? Again, you just mentioned in
He had lane
2019.
five in Doha. That
Okay.
was when
Okay.
Adam Jamili
Jamili
was
was
like
out there
he was
and
out there and
Andre
then
was
he
out there.
Andre was out there and he
Yeah.
faded. No, Noah's different. Noah's different.
Yeah, it's got to be lane four or less. So he's proven in lane five. It's
Yeah,
got to be lane
Yeah.
four or less. I don't know how it's going to happen.
because when you go down the 200 list after the names we just gave, it's like there's a gap. Like there's a clear gap in talent where, I mean, Courtney Lindsay, shout out to you. Robert Gregory, shout out to you as well. They very well
Hmm.
should be in this final, but
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
I mean, they're just not those
Ogando?
two guys.
Ogando
Ogando,
in
Og
the final.
Ogando, I don't mean to pick on him. It's just like I didn't realize on World Athletics that they have this graphic where they do like matchups between you and another athlete. So I looked
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
Ogando's matchup with Noah Lyles. It was the first thing that
Oh
popped
yeah,
up,
no,
and he was
no.
0 and 9.
Yeah,
You didn't know the matchup feature?
Like I found it out like
It's the
in the
best
last few
feature on the
months.
site, man.
Yeah. So
the
like
head to
that's
heads, man.
yeah. So
That's like
like I saw he was 0 for
big them
9.
up for
Like
that. I give them a lot of flack for stuff, but
yeah,
that's wicked,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah. So like once because what that's there, I was like, oh yeah, like 0 for 9.
yeah. No, no, no.
At that
Yeah,
point, like
yeah,
when we talking rounds, all that, I'm like,
Yeah, no, he's not. No, no.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if
you gotta try and get him in the first round
he'll
or in
be
the
in the
semi.
final.
You got to
Ogando
get
will
him in
be in
bad
the
Yeah, yeah.
final.
lanes. Yeah, but you got to get Noah in bad lanes somehow. That's the
Somehow.
only way, man.
That's gonna be hard
So
to do.
okay, so
Yeah.
let's quickly talk Bryan Levell, where okay, he's run 19.69. He ran a windy, like I was thinking it's plus 2.5, 19.79. So he has, and he's run like sub 20 a couple times even last year as well. Last year he made the Olympic Games in the semifinals. That was his first ever global champs. Do we think that he can either replicate his 19.69 or go a little bit faster to potentially spoil if one of these guys actually slips up, or do we think that was the end of the road and it's like that was your cap for this year? Mm. He
You
also
know,
ran 9.82 in the 100, so he has talent.
right. You know, I was gonna make a crazy take when I was thinking about predictions earlier this like, a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking about my predictions, and I was gonna really double down on that not running the 100 theory and say that he could potentially win because he's not running the 100. I've backed off of that, mind you. I made that clear.
I'm glad
But
you did. That was crazy.
but 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 could it play a factor? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think
Maybe.
so. Not for him.
Think about this. Last year, Noah Lyles did the double. He got COVID. He ran 19.70 seconds in that 200
Yeah.
meter final. So you're like Bryan Levell has to essentially run another personal best to match what Noah did on his worst day.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not it's gonna be really tough. It's gonna be really tough.
Yeah, like
You'd obviously have to PR. Um, is he rounding into PR shape? Potentially. Or have we seen what he has?
hey, I'm going back to what I said before, man. How you shoot in the last 2 minutes in the fourth quarter of a playoff game is not how you shoot in the second quarter. And for track purposes, I don't know if I have anywhere near enough evidence on Bryan Levell to say that he can shoot well enough in the clutch time.
We don't have the evidence. That's what it is.
Yeah.
yeah,
But the
yeah,
thing is,
We
like,
don't.
we have the evidence, and it was last year, and he wasn't in the final. So that is evidence that, like,
yeah. Well, he was young. He was young. I
Yeah,
was
so
but
thinking
come on,
he was like
I
man.
hear
really
that.
young.
I
Come
hear that.
on.
But
He was
okay,
he just came out of
how
high school like a year before
that's
that or something.
fair. But what, so, okay, so before you say that, when Arian Knighton was young, what did he do?
Arion is like like that's different. He was
But I'm
Noah,
asking because we
Arion was
made a
Noah,
running.
point, which is
he
what
was
he
on
was young,
he was
and then
on
we went.
pace until Noah got into that 100 and the USA's and
Oh,
pointed at him.
you made it to 200. Yeah,
It
yeah.
derailed everything. Yeah.
The whole point is because Arian Knighton, I made the comment last year going to the games, like or coming off of it. I was like, okay, 2021, where was he? He was fourth. You rocket past 3 years later, and where was he? In the exact same place. We like to project out and say people are going to do all these things. And in reality, sometimes there's just a pecking order. And for the most part, you just kind of are where you are because hard work can only beat talent when talent ain't working hard. So we say we don't have enough data, and I guess that might be true, but he's young, but he ain't that young because Arian Knighton was 17, and then that man was 18.
Yo,
Arion is
And then
like
that man was 19.
what happened with Ariad though? This is
we
off topic, but what I don't understand.
we gotta, in my opinion, I give Arion a lot of credit because considering how young he is, and he has obviously finished fourth at the Olympics twice, but he has a world championship silver and bronze. Like, forget young people. Like a lot of people through history don't have that. I actually think I think
It's really true.
I
The
think the
standard we expect.
expectations, yeah,
Yeah.
we expected him to be essentially the next Usain Bolt. He ran 19.4 when he was like super, super young. I think the expectations just didn't match up to what he produced, but he still
Right.
produced like all
Yeah, he's
time.
done his thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I give
Okay.
him a lot of credit. I give him a lot of credit. But
Yeah, and
That's
this
the
year he
game
was
though.
hurt.
We always
He
say
was
this.
hurt. He
That's
was
the
hurt
game.
this year at USA,
yeah,
but he
this year
pulled
he
up
just dealt
anyway.
with injury. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But so before I think we kind of like looked at the field, shout out to a couple other guys, like, but I think we could say Noah is like the guy. But between let's see, like Kenny, who do we think has the edge if we were to say one of them is like a step above either? And everyone's doing a double. So let's see, like Kenny let's see, like maybe better than Kenny, or is Kenny maybe have the edge? Are we? Mm,
I vote Kenny.
I'm going with Kenny.
oh,
I'm going with Kenny
Kenny not
because
letting two people beat him. I'll tell you that much. He ain't gonna let two people beat him.
yeah, he's won so much this year, man. It's you just to come third now. He hasn't been well aside from in Silesia. Um,
that was 100.
Yeah.
yeah, that was 100 though. That was 100 though.
Yeah,
As far as the 200, he's dominated every 200 he's been in except for the one that he lost to Noah. So to come third all of a sudden, I know it's
And
Letsile,
he ran
but
a 200 with Bryan Levell, and Bryan Levell was not all that close.
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like
And
for competitive purposes,
Yeah.
it's not like they
right.
didn't. It's not like they didn't race.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
Courtney Lindsay really close to Letsile on a couple of occasions.
That's
So
fair. That's fair. I'll say I think I have Letsile slightly above Kenny, which is crazy to a degree.
Wow, didn't see
But
that.
the way I look at it is what has Letsile done relative to Noah, where he was relatively close. Like he's held his own for the most part. Now Kenny also has held his own at USA's, but I also look at what happened last year at the Olympics, where Letsile he was like I don't even know. I think he was like fifth or sixth or something in the 100, but then in the 200 he stepped up drastically. Like I just feel like the 200 is his true event. Probably same thing with Kenny as well, but like I just feel like Sile is gonna be a step above Kenny. Yeah, I don't know.
okay. Well,
Close though.
Well, I mean, hey, we could say a whole bunch of other names, but I feel like it all comes back to those three.
it's
And
yeah.
I mean, hey, I mean, Noah's been sitting on that throne for a while.
Time wise, what do you guys think we're looking at though?
I don't even know.
19.5.
5, huh?
19.5
Yeah,
something. That's what I think.
probably. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think we're looking at a 19.4, 19.3 year. Not after
yeah,
all the setbacks and dips and things that we've seen from athletes. Like, you know, Letsile and Noah both had things that didn't go ideally. And then you mentioned all the rounds. And, you know, that would still put Kenny right up there with whatever he's ever done, win legal in his career. So I'd say 19.5.
yeah. I'm probably around there. Yeah. I'd love to be wrong, but like I don't know. Are you thinking different, Hanson?
No, I'm thinking 19.5, but if we're thinking 19.5, then that could be anybody's race. Because do I think Kenny can run 19.5? I do. Do I
Yeah,
think
but
that Letsile can? He has.
Yeah, but
So if
that's
it's a
on the
19.5
clock,
race,
yes. But I feel like Noah be running that last 75. Like as
yeah,
you said yourself, he's so measured. The 200 is
it's
different,
the
where
racing
it
coming down to
feels
racing.
like for him, it's almost like he knows exactly how much real estate he has and what he needs to do in that real estate to get that edge. It be feeling like other people be trying to win, and it feel like he be knowing he's gonna win. Like he's the only guy I know who can run essentially like, half a body length ahead of you and do it like he's ahead by a mile.
Right.
Because in his mind, he's like, "Oh, you're not beating me. Like I
Mm.
just know you're not beating me." So that's why
Yeah,
the clock, I wouldn't say that makes it anybody's race. It just makes it I mean, the real question is, did you have him and does he chase you down? Because remember, we've seen Noah come off the turn ahead a lot in his career. That
yeah.
hasn't been this season. And that's
Mm-mm.
why it don't be feeling like, how put it, yeah, I'll leave it alone. Noah got it. And
No, I got it.
unless he gonna have to give it up. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
Noah has it and he's gonna have to give it up. And unfortunately, the other two guys, I think the other two guys know that.
yeah, yeah. I
They don't want to
think.
admit it, but I think that that's something they're battling because when you lose the way that they lost, in Letzile's situation, it was twice.
Yeah.
Like
You
at
guys
some
remember
point,
when Noah said no one cares about the 200?
yeah, it's the
Oh,
bonus medal.
I guess that do you think he still thinks like that, or do you think that that was just
Oh
some
yeah, of
residue?
course.
In America,
Because
nobody cares.
yeah, if Noah didn't believe that, or if he thought like, oh no, that was just a joke or whatever, he would have dropped out the 100. Because I've heard him recently even say like, oh, he wants the 200-meter world record. If he really wants that, he would drop out the 100. But
Exactly.
he realizes that sure, the 200 is also important, but like to him and to the world, like no one cares. Like no one
Nobody
cares.
even knows
Bingo.
when he's running the 200. Like,
Bingo. The world may not care about the 200, but Noah definitely does.
Yeah, he does.
So,
Like think of this. Noah is probably like extremely disappointed that he has two Olympic bronze medals from in the 200.
yeah.
But the world, I don't even know if the world truly knows that. The world knows him as an Olympic 100-meter gold
yeah,
medalist. That's what it is.
that's only a Noah problem. That's
Yeah,
only and
Yeah,
some track enthusiasts may point
of
that out.
course.
But no, the world doesn't care. He got the one that mattered. But for him, that's nagging him because he's
Yeah.
supposed to be the guy. You're the
Yeah.
guy? Okay. How many Olympics
yeah.
have you won?
Yeah.
You haven't. and that's bunning him. That's definitely, definitely bunning him with the type of competitor he is.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
doesn't matter if no one cares about it. Noah, you do.
Well, we about to find out.
My name is Anderson from The Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from The Finish Line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to The Final Leg.